Hey people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. So, for those who don't know, because I filmed a video similar to this about a year and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken, these are a gathering of books that I'm excited for in 2023, but honestly, in my heart of hearts, I'm going to read these books next year, mostly due to FOMO, although there are qualities in them individually that I am excited for, that I will speak on individually. It's just that when I add books to my want to read on Goodreads, I have 3 to 5 star expectations for them. So these are some of the ones that I have 3-star expectations for. It's not that I think that I'm going to DNF them or hate them or anything like that. It's just that I have lower expectations for them, and that's perfectly valid and understandable, because you can't have like skyrocketing 5-star expectations for every single book that you'll read. You know what I mean? So anyway, with all that said, I hope that these books will surprise me, but I don't think that they will. So anyway, with all that said, the first book on this list comes out the 24th of January, and it's called Begin Again. This book is a YA contemporary following a new college freshman, if I'm not mistaken, whose first day of school doesn't go quite the way that she expects. And the reason why I have low expectations for this book is that it's written by the same author who wrote Tweet Cute, If You Have a Chance, whatever her 2021 new release was, I don't quite remember, but all of those books previously I've rated 3 stars, so naturally I think that this book will be 3 stars as well. You know what I mean? I just think that it'll be a solid, good YA contemporary, but like nothing like special or like knock it out of the park or anything like that. But like I'm hoping to just enjoy my time, and sometimes just enjoy the vibes, the atmosphere, the story, and sometimes like that's all you can get out of a good YA book. You know what I mean? But I know that other people have really high expectations for this book because they've rated Emma Lord's previous books like so much higher than I have. You know what I mean? But anyway, with all that said, I am looking forward to this book, but I don't have the highest expectations for it, which is a recurring theme for this specific video. So with that said, this book comes out the 24th of January. The next book on this list is called Juniper, Harvey, and the Vanishing Kingdom. This book is a middle grade urban fantasy retelling of Pygmalion, which honestly I don't know what that is, and it comes out the 14th of February, and it's a middle grade debut by the author of the Cryer's War duology, which was this YA sapphic fantasy duology, which I read the first book of like ages ago, like literally pre-pandemic, 2018, ages ago, maybe even before that, but then I never read the sequel, because first of all, there were like years between release dates, and third of all, like I don't remember what happened in the first book, so I couldn't bring myself to read the second book. You know what I mean? But anyway, everybody talks about how Cryer's War is literally so underrated, so maybe one of these days I'll go back and reread it, since I literally don't remember what happened. But anyway, the point is, I hope this book is sapphic, and first of all, like the cover is so pretty, and it's so vibrant. Middle grade fantasy covers always slap and never miss. Literally, I'm hoping this book will be so good. I'm hoping that, like, I think it's sapphic. I'm not completely sure on that, but I'm hoping it will be. As you all know, I love middle grade. I love fantasies. I don't love urban fantasies, but I'm excited to read this book because I have no idea what to expect. Like, what the heck is Pygmalion? What does that mean? And I hope this book is queer as well. So anyway, with all that said, this book comes out the 14th of February, and I am excited for it. But I also have low expectations since I didn't love Cryer's War. So anyway, take that as you will. The next book on this list is called Chloe and the Kaishao Boys. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, so if it's not, please correct me. But anyway, this book comes out the 7th of March, and it's a YA contemporary following a Filipino-Chinese main character whose dad sets her up on a marathon of dates in the hopes of keeping her close to home for college. So that's an interesting like twist on like fake dating, maybe like, I don't know, a love triangle. I don't know, I don't love love triangles. The synopsis of this book kind of reminds me of like the Jasmine Project, in the sense that like her family is involved in who like her love interest might end up to be. You know what I mean? But like I didn't love the Jasmine Project as much as everybody else did. So with that said, I have low expectations for this book. Also, I'm kind of curious as to where, like, her college storyline will go. Like, will she stay home, close to home for college, or will she go away? Like, will her dad's plan work out, or will her plan work out? Because I'm assuming that she doesn't want to stay home, close to home for college, but her dad does. And also, like, does she have a mom in the picture? Her mom is not mentioned in the synopsis, so I'm assuming that her mom is absent, which could mean that her mom is dead, or that her mom is, like, estranged or something. So that's an interesting storyline, because I feel like if her mom was in the story, it would say her parents in the synopsis, and not specifically her dad. You know what I mean? So anyway, the point is, I'm excited and curious about this book, and I hope that it's good. So with that said, this book comes out the 7th of March. The next book on this list also comes out the 7th of March, and it's called The Jump. This book is a YA action-driven contemporary following characters who join a scavenger hunt where the prize would save their community. This synopsis reminds me of Survive the Dome, which I didn't love as much as I was expecting to because it was action-driven. And when stories are typically action-driven, it means there isn't much emphasis on, like, emotion and, like, characters, which I prefer. And also, this book is written by the same author who previously wrote Slay and The Cost of Knowing, which, like, I didn't enjoy as much as, like, everybody else did. So I'm expecting to not enjoy this book as much as everybody else did. But I am curious as to what, like, the scavenger hunt, like, entails and what the prize is and why the characters, like, think it's worth it. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm excited to read this book, but I also have lower expectations given the author's history and my history with them, if that makes any sense at all. So, basically, like, I'm very, like, curious about this book and hesitant, but, like, excited as well, if that makes any sense. Anyway, with all that said, this book comes out the 7th of March, so if you're excited for it, keep your eyes peeled. The next book on this list is called The Witch and the Vampire. This book comes out the 21st of March, and it's a YA queer fantasy retelling of Rapunzel with a witch and a vampire, which is curious to me, because with vampires, like, if they can't die, where are the stakes? Where are the stakes if the characters can't die? Can the witch die? Like, where are the stakes? Also, second of all, with a fantasy retelling of Rapunzel, which I'm very familiar with, kind of, because I've watched Tangled. I don't know if this story will connect more with, like, the original story or with Tangled, so that's interesting. I kind of know where the plot is going to go, but I also don't, because, like, where does the romance come in? Like, is one of the characters, like, Flynn Rider? You know what I mean? Or, like, how do the characters from this story replace the characters in the original story? That's what I'm thinking about whenever I read retellings where I know a little bit more information about the original tale. Because, like, with this, I know the story of Tangled. With, like, Juniper Harvey, I know nothing about Pygmalion, so I have no idea what to expect. But with this story, I kind of know what to expect. Or at least I think I do. So anyway, with that said, this book comes out the 21st of March, and I'm very excited to read another queer YA fantasy. So with that said, I'm really looking forward to this book. The last book on this list, and hopefully not the least, is called Never Vacation with Your Ex, which I think comes out in April 2023. Goodreads doesn't have a concrete release date yet, so that's what I'm anticipating it to be. But anyway, the point is, this book is a YA contemporary following a main character who's trying to get over her ex, but probably ends up getting under him again, because I know this book features, like, a second chance romance. You know what I mean? Anyway, second chance romance and exes to lovers are two of my least favorite romantic tropes, so that's why I'm lowering my expectations for this book. Also, historically, this author duo is kind of like a one-trick pony, because, like, two of their books so far have been really, really good, if I'm being honest, in Time of Their Lives, but all of the rest of their books have been 3 stars so far, so I'm expecting this book to also be 3 stars as well. So, yeah, why am I reading this book? I'm reading this book because I know that these authors are good at, like, crafting characters and crafting, like, a romance and, like, making it cute and everything. So, yeah, I would definitely say that this author duo is definitely worth all of the hype. It's just personally for me, historically, like the majority of their books have been 3 stars, so that's why I'm expecting this book to be 3 stars as well. But who knows? Maybe this book will be a cute, fluffy YA contemporary, and I'll really enjoy it. I'll find out in probably April. So anyway, with all that said, take it as you will. So, in conclusion, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's not that I think that these books are going to be awful or horrendous or that I'm going to hate them or DNF them or whatever. It's just that I think these books are only going to be 3 stars. And if they do end up surprising me and being like 4 or 5 stars, that's great. I just don't think that's going to happen necessarily. So anyway, with that said, these are some of the books that I added to my 2023 TBR that I have lower expectations for. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the zebra emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!